Hello, and welcome to the Roll Effect Podcast. I'm Felicia.
My name is Milton.
Hello, you guys. Welcome.
Hey, y'all. What's happening, family? What's happening?
Right, and welcome back to all our loving subscribers that tune in weekly. We thank you. We appreciate you so much. And if you have not subscribed, I'm not really sure what you're waiting on, right?
I don't know. Something must be wrong with you.
What are we waiting on? We need you to subscribe to our channel so you can get all the good. Right now we're doing a few different things. So if you are new to our channel, we're doing, we do Just Us, Milton and Felicia, on this Sundays at 3 p.m. And that's just us, you know, date night. Having fun with our family, just, you know, showing you the city, doing some things, right?
Just kicking it.
Just kicking it. Right now, we're in the second week of our fitness edition. It's going well, you guys. I am so happy with the outcome that everyone is just kind of like motivated to just do. And I think this is the ultimate, because everybody is trying to push the other person to just motivate them to keep pushing and moving and not get, you know,
caught up in that circle of I'm starting,
yeah,
I'm stopping.
Yeah, I think everybody is just being motivated in this moment. So we're very happy about that. So just please consider liking, comment, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. You won't be sorry. You won't. I promise you won't. Right?
You gotta give. You want knowledge. You want physical. You want just different perspective.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
I think we like no other, right?
Well, we us.
That's just us.
Just us. We just us.
Yeah.
So,
and the Roll Effect crew.
And the Roll Effect crew, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, so that leads into our subject for today. Now, our subject for today is about motivation. It's fuel for the fire. It's motivation. And a little backstory on this title and this episode actually was a request. It was a request, and we don't mind requests. We'll try to get it in and try to give our perspective on what we think and our thoughts about the title. I felt a little I wouldn't say too bothered, but I felt a certain way because I was asked, well, do you mind doing an episode on motivation? And I'm like, you know, give me a little more information about what do you mean by motivation? And it was like, well, motivational, just like when you don't want to be here. You know, you guys, that is a very serious comment or statement. It's a really serious statement, and I don't want to ever
be in that sort of mindset,
right? But not give that the attention that it deserves.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like this would be a good time to just kind of talk about motivating yourself, motivating others, and just trying to look at it in different perspectives and maybe like give some inspiration, because I feel like what we do is try to inspire, and if it motivates you to do other things or motivate you to try to live a different life, then, you know, we're doing what we were called to do. But we're going to talk about that, right?
Yeah, and that could be on different levels with motivation. I'm struggling a little bit this week with just motivating to finish working out. However, I'm on stay the course, and where I fall short, hey, I'm gonna double up.
Yeah, but and
that's okay.
Section. Yeah. And that's okay.
It's just as long as you keep moving.
Yes, absolutely. So I have some notes here because I wanted to make sure I kind of covered some things. So if you see me look away, I am just basically looking at some notes that we jotted down to just keep us on track. So we don't want to take a lot of you guys' time. We don't want to make it a long episode. We want to hit those points so that you can understand where we're coming from, and that just kind of touching bases on a few little bullets, right?
Yeah.
So again, it's about motivation. So it's fuel to the fire. And first of all, I guess we need to define what motivation is, right? So when he first asked the question of talk about motivation of just being here, I felt like he meant being on this earth. Like, how do you inspire somebody or motivate people to want to be here? And when I look into motivation, it meant something internally, is something within you that motivates you to have this drive to do bigger and better, right? And that's the internal motivation. The external motivation is when someone else say something or do something or inspire or give you an encouraging word, or you get a reward for being like a good student or a worker or something that's external, something someone else gives you to kind of push you to your greatness, right? But I don't feel like this question that was asked was more about external. I think it was more of internal, of him feeling down and not feeling this life that we had. And so we want to talk about that. Like, how do you get to a point where you can change the way that you're feeling inside? And I think there's a lot of factors that goes along with that, because it's one thing to be sad about something, because we can be sad about something. We can feel a little depressed about certain things, because sometimes things just, life it just be lifing, as they say.
Yeah.
And it has like the straight roads, and then you have a few bumps, some curves you got to go around, and some hills you got to drive up and come back down again. It's just life. And those are things that we're gonna go through, because God cannot give us all good days. There's no way that we can have all good days. There's no learning, no test in having great days all the time. So you can't appreciate anything unless you go through something. But I think sometimes people, when they go through things, they tend to stay there sometimes.
Hold on.
And they're not motivated to get up and move on from what they're feeling, right?
Yeah, we have, sometimes it's a stronghold on you. And it goes and comes, and you got to figure out a way not to let things get you down. You have to find a way and be motivated to come out of that. And with that normally requires a change.
Yes.
And it's probably going to start in the mind, either from somebody, something inspiring, prayer, or some sort of outside source. If you can't pull up. And I would suggest that you surround yourself with positive thinking people, and have a prayer life as well. And it's probably going to require you to do something you've never done before to move a little bit. Your mindset, your thoughts, your location.
Yeah.
Just depends on whatever it is you're going through. Your
environment, I think people don't really think about that. but your environment is very impactful because it can either motivate you to get away, or it will keep you in this space where I don't think we realize how negativity can just have this stronghold on us because we're in it all the time, and it feels normal, right? It feels normal. It feels like this is what life is. This is how it should be, or whatever. And then you get on the other side of this. I remember when I was at one position, one job, and it was very chaotic. And I know it didn't feel good, but it was what it was, until I got on the other side of that and realized that it didn't have to be that the way that it was. It was just the environment that I was in at the time. But what was within me motivate me to move to another space, move into another space.
Right.
So I think motivation starts from within. Now, I can't tell you how to get motivation. I can just give you tips, and we'll give you that at the end. But motivation has to start within. I think what a lot of times, like when you go through some stuff, people are either gonna come through that, it's gonna motivate you to move, or you just gonna stay down and depressed and feeling, unworthy. And I feel like that's what he was saying today. It's like, I feel unworthy. I don't feel motivated to be in this space. How do you feel motivated to keep going and keep moving when you feel so bad and you feel so stuck? And this is not a person that don't go to church, you guys. He's faithful in church. He goes to church. He loves the Lord. And we talk about the Lord, a lot. And it means absolutely nothing when you're struggling on the inside, because that inner voice, which is the enemy, is bringing more light than what
it's weighing on you. Whatever situation you're in, your mindset, it just weighs on you and pushes you down. And it's hard to climb out of that. But I think everybody should ask themselves, do I need to be motivated? And then if you do, you got to start taking baby steps to get out of that, so that you can be motivated to start moving, just like you did with the job. You already felt ill about it. Yeah. And if something's still in your happiness, you need to try to find out where your happiness is. Yeah. Instead of staying in that thing.
For sure.
And the only way you're going to do that is to be motivated and start moving here, and then figuring out how to get rid of that thing that's weighing you down.
Yes.
And you have to be strong and courageous and pray about that thing.
Yes.
You
really do.
It's never, I wouldn't say it's never easy, but the last thing you want to do is be weighed down where you cannot get up, and once you're so low, you want to come up. You don't want to get lower and lower, where you just don't want to be here, or you just don't want to do anything. I've seen people have jobs, and they either got fired, they quit jobs, disappointed because they couldn't rebound. So now depression kicks in. Now when that kicks in, you're not as motivated. So you got to have your mindset right where you can start moving. Yeah. Whatever that means. You may have to move some stuff out of the way.
Or you may have to move people out the way, because sometimes you don't even realize that. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's people outside of your family, because sometimes your family is
a hindrance.
Is a lot sometimes. Right. And sometimes you have to just love from a distance because of your mental. Right. To have your mental healthy, and to stay in the peace of mind that you want to stay in. sometimes you have to change environments
Mhm.
so that you can feel good about yourself, because sometimes it just weighs you down. So I feel like to be on this earth is a blessing, and I feel like this is why we have suicidal thoughts and people taking their lives, because they don't know how to cope with life. They don't know how to cope with rejection or things going wrong. And we have to learn how to do that, because we're going to have rejection. Things are going to go wrong. I feel like it's how you handle the challenges in your life.
Mhm.
You either handle, you can be resilient and come out and bounce back from this stuff quick, or you can just, you're gonna stay stuck in this rut that is not it's just not healthy. It's not good for your mental. That's why going to church is good and listening to the word is good, but you gotta have something outside of that when you come home. Get into more of your word, or listening to it, or however you do, and get into that meditation in that space where you drown out the negativity and
I like to say the noise, because you
the
hear a lot of
noise.
your
Absolutely.
internal hears a lot of negativity.
Yeah. So it would be good to just be in that type of a space, because if you don't, you're gonna stay stuck.
It's a stagnant
Yeah.
problem situation. But I would suggest too, if you need to talk to somebody or you need professional help, as to try to help you point a direction or which way you need to go. But the important thing is ultimately not doing nothing is not the answer.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we get so settled in that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to find a way outside of that, where I have to do something to change this situation.
Mm-hmm.
And whether I need to talk to a group of people, the Lord, and I need to find answers, because you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you do yourself an injustice. And
Yeah.
it does take away your happiness.
For sure. One of the things that we talked about when we talk about motivating is mindfulness. And mindfulness is basically just being in the present moment, not looking at future, but right here, being in the present moment, and knowing that, and have a mindset of like not worrying about tomorrow, not worrying about yesterday. Being in the present moment is being mindful and thanking God and having gratitude for where you are in your life, because a lot of times you people get depressed because they're not where they was, and they're not where they want to be, right? And if you look at that, then you're probably going to be a little disappointed sometimes.
There's a lot of people in the same boat, right?
Yes, because sometimes it takes longer to get where you want to be, because I feel like there's stages to this thing, right? Because God has to kind of mold you into the person that He wants you to be able to take you to a place He has for you. But sometimes our minds are not right. Our hearts are not right. We're not doing right. So He can't use us in that space right there. So even though we can visualize our success and visualize where we want to be, sometimes He has to have us in a space of
being still.
Some hard times, like some hard stuff, y'all. I'm talking about some stuff you like, oh my goodness, okay. I've learned my lesson now. Okay, we just move on past this. But He knows your heart. He knows what you're feeling. He knows what you're thinking. He knows everything. So until you're ready to go to next levels in your life, you're probably going to be in that space where you feel like you're not moving, you're not, things are moving too slow. I mean, I'm sure you understand that process of like
slow motion.
Slow motion.
But we're more of a microwave generation. We want it right now.
Yeah.
We want it when we wake up.
Yeah.
That's just not reality.
It's not.
Then a lot of times, what you vision yourself to be, you ain't ready yet. You
right.
can't get there first, and then you're not ready. Then you lose everything. You're just not prepared for the position or the situation.
Yeah.
So, no, fortunately, I would say fortunately, you have to wait until it's ready in His time.
His timing.
Because
your timing is always right.
It might be too soon.
Yeah, right.
Then what?
Right. His
So.
timing is always good, you guys, and we have to realize that no matter the challenges in our lives, that God is never going to give us more than we can bear. He's just not. He knows exactly what we can handle, exactly what we can take, exactly what we can bear. He knows those things. So although it seems so difficult and you don't know how you're going to get up in the morning, you don't know how you're going to make, some people worrying about ends meeting, how am I going to pay this bill or do that or do this? How do I get up and go when I don't feel like it? Like I just want to reach over here and get some pills and just make it all go away. Well, that's the easy way out to do that. But we don't need you to do that. We need you to think about where you were, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure where you at now is totally different from where you were, unless you have never been motivated to move to another space. And now I'm not saying like location as far as like moving to another state or something like that, unless you need to now. Sometimes you need to.
Fireman.
That sometimes you got to make a move. But where you are here mentally, in your mind, I'm sure has elevated, right, to another level. It's just that sometimes the enemy voice is speaking louder than God's voice because you're so down and depressed, and His job is to keep you there. His job is to not see you go to next level or to have faith that God is just going to take you to where you need to be. So His voice sometimes speaks louder, and so we get depressed and we feeling bad about ourselves and we don't know what to do. And I feel like the best thing that I can tell you is to be grateful and thankful for where you are. I know for us, I often tell Milton, like sometimes when I'm walking away and I'm like right now, I look around in our house and I'm like, we can't take another piece of furniture. Not another piece of furniture can go in this house. Like it is stuffed to capacity, and we can't. As a matter of fact, we got rid of some furniture because we couldn't even do all the furniture. But I remember when we didn't have furniture, when we didn't have a living room set, when we didn't have a dining room, when our beds was actually the mattress on the floor. I remember those things. And those times I look back and I'm like, I can visualize us being successful. I can visualize us having a house, having furniture, having it, having guests over and doing all the things. I visualize that in my mind because nothing in my mind said I was going to stay where I was. But that was a season in our lives that we had to go through. Because if we didn't, I'm telling you, I don't think that we would have the mindset that we have right now.
We wouldn't have, if we had not went through the fire then and survived it, we would not be ready for the right now.
The right now, right.
And the right now was for purposes.
Yeah.
Other people's purposes, our purposes, but it equips you So you have to go through what I love to call this training day. We all gonna go through something, but sometimes you're going through that something because it's the gift that you're gonna give to somebody else that's going through the same thing somewhere down the road. But you can't tell them until you get on the other side.
Right.
So that's why it's good. Motivate yourself through that.
Yes.
Like maybe I'm going through this, and this for somebody or something.
Yeah.
You know, and then,
you gotta speak louder than that voice you hear. You gotta shut the enemy down. Sometimes you just gotta shut him down, cause he don't do nothing but disturb peace. That's all he does. He's very intentional about what he does, and you can be thinking about the Lord and thinking about how good he is, and he will come in your mind just like that to say something to try to disturb your spirit. You know, you can be in your motivational word and singing praises, and he's steady in your ear, have you thinking about stuff that you don't even need to be thinking about in that moment. But that's how he is, and that's how he operates. So I feel like if you learn how he operates, then you will be able to handle when you hear a thought. Because thoughts, you guys, are dangerous, especially when they are coming from the enemy. Because he will make you do things to yourself and make you take yourself from this earth, because the words are stronger than what you feel about yourself. And that is a dangerous spot to be in. So again, like my husband said, you know, if you need to talk to somebody, you need to do that. We can motivate you, we can inspire you, and we hope that we're doing that. But at the end of the day, you have got to be an inspiration to yourself. You have got to motivate yourself by all means necessary, whatever that looks like and whatever that takes. Mm-hmm. Right?
And just think about this. We all done had to go through something.
Yes.
And we've all, if you still here over 20, has gotten over past a few things.
Yes.
Who you think we got to get a credit to God for some things you think about, like, you know what, if it wasn't for this, I don't even know how he did. Yeah, you know how he did it. He did it, and it wasn't us.
Yes.
So whatever you going through, he got the capability of helping you get through there. But you got to have faith. You got to be strong. Mm-hmm. And you got to start moving that thing. You got to be a game changer.
You have to be.
And motivation will get you there, because somebody, again, on the other side is waiting on you.
Yes.
So let's get motivated so we can get to that person and help them out and not leave them hanging.
That's right.
How about that part?
That's right. So we're going to leave you guys with tips that will help you, I feel, to motivate you, is to maybe have a time for like meditation, to like meditate on your life and meditate on good things. Meditate on the positive things in your life, and don't beat yourself up when you fall. Falling is a part of the process.
Right.
You're going to fall. You're going to fail. God knows that before it even happens. You're going to not get it right all the time. That's just what it is.
Right.
But you can pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving. That's what you got to do. Just keep moving. So anytime you feel stuck, just keep moving. Just keep going. Just keep moving. Meditate on good things, positive things. You know, if you need to change environments, change your environments. If you need to cut off the cell phone, sometimes, you guys, we need to power this thing off. Power off the cell phone, because I don't know if you all know, but social media and the internet is the devil playground. I promise you. If you are like, sometimes I have to go through and like unsubscribe to certain channels and different things, because my mind, I can't. It just takes me to other places that I don't want to be at. So maybe you should just get anything that's inspirational, subscribe to that so that that can pop on your phone. Subscribe to quotes and scriptures and things that comes across your phone, like maybe every day or every morning or something to just get you started with a good word, that comes across. And that may be something that we probably should do. Maybe we'll kind of implement maybe a newsletter or something that comes morning, not by audio, but by scripture or quote or something that comes to you every morning, so that you can just, the first thing you see is something inspiring and an inspirational word. Just focus on good things, and when you fall, dust yourself off and keep moving.
Or listen to the audio, 100 Days of
Absolutely
being better. The
100 days of become you messed
I
me
messed
up.
it up. But
Believing bigger.
Believing bigger. My bad. It's late, but anyway, I think that's a good start.
Yes.
For motivation.
Yes.
If you
absolutely.
just want to start there and just listen.
Yes.
Per day.
Yes. But just make sure that you got good things coming feeding into you.
That's
because if you got things that are good that's feeding into you, you're gonna put out good things, you're gonna put out good energy, and you're gonna feel good about yourself. That would be one of my main suggestions, is to, like, anything that makes you think negative about yourself. You guys, even the TV, like, turn it off, because sometimes something would trigger something, whether it's certain pictures, would trigger certain things. So maybe you need to turn that off. It's sometimes those things are, I can't think of the word right now. Is it subliminally or whatever?
A lot of stuff that you see, it gets into your spirit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's in your mind.
Yeah.
And then it may trigger some stuff that you don't really need. Sure. So you want to surround yourself with positivity. If it's soft music.
Yes.
If it's, no TV at all, mm-hmm. and just, close your eyes and just concentrate for a little while. Or there's a whole bunch of stuff on social media that you can plug into that's inspirational.
Yes.
And will motivate. They got a lot of motivational material.
Yeah, well, you got to find that, though.
Right. Well, you can find it just like you found that other stuff.
You got to find the good ones, because there are some out there you still don't want to look at those.
Right.
You got to find the right things to look at, and that feeds your mind. And lastly, you have to be flexible. And what I mean by that is that, again, sometimes there are going to be mountains that you're going to have to climb. It just is. But doing that climb is supposed to be a lesson in that climb, so that when you get over the mountain, you know what that message was, and you made it through, you made it over, and now you can, proceed with what God has for you to do. Everything is not of God, although we think, oh, God is trying to teach me a lesson in some seasons or, of our lives, or sometimes, but sometimes it's not God that's teaching it. The enemy throws things our way as well, and we have to learn how to handle the test when it comes our way, because we don't know what it's for, but I feel like it's supposed to teach us something. I feel like if you don't get something from the storm that you just went through,
why did you go through the storm?
What was the purpose?
Right.
The purpose of storms and trials and stuff like that is for you to think about what caused it. What can I do better? What can I take from this? that maybe I can help somebody else.
And some storms you bring on your own.
And
so
some
you gotta
storms
change
you
that.
bring on your own. Some things God has to let us go down the road that is that's traveled the most, because a lot of people don't want to go down a less traveled road, because it's I guess you want to be gangster or whatever. I don't know what it is,
It's
but
less attractive.
It's less attractive to go down the less traveled road. And sometimes he has to let us go down this road, trip and fall, make all the mistakes, and then go, I surrender to you, Lord. And so when that happens in your life, it's okay, you guys. If you don't get anything else from this, understand it's okay when you fall. It's okay that you're going to make mistakes, because we're all going to make mistakes. We are not perfect creatures. There's no perfect person that is walking on this earth. So don't ever let somebody else make you feel bad about who you are and the decisions that you make. Whether they feel like it's wrong or right, you have to learn the lesson of your own actions. And so just be mindful of that, and just stay positive and stay prayed up, and just stay in prayer all day. Even when things are going wrong, just say a prayer. Like things are going, somebody is saying something, and you might react, just start praying. Just start praying it within your mind. Just start praying. God will lead you out of some things. I promise you, he will. Right?
Absolutely. No doubt about that.
Yeah. So, you guys, I really hope that you enjoy this episode of the Roll Effect podcast. It is our hope and our desire for you to be motivated and inspired by anything that we're saying, because we really want to put out positive energy to the world, little by little. If we reach a few, we're fine with that. We know that God has great things in store for us, and we want to just be able to continue to just give you that inspiration. So if you feel like it's something that you want us to discuss or talk about, just let us know, because we'll be happy to talk about those subjects to hopefully inspire you and motivate you to keep going when you feel like you don't want to.
Yeah, and if you got family members, spouses, friends, and you looked at this, you know that they may need some motivation.
Yeah.
Be an inspirer to them.
Yeah.
Try to help them moving the needle,
Yeah.
get into another mindset, because a lot of people need help in that area.
Yes.
We don't know where they at with that.
Yeah.
But that's important to try if you know that you can kind of have conversation.
Yeah.
Point them out to this video or other positive videos that's going to motivate them to get their
Yes.
spirit man right.
For
Because
sure.
we need that a lot in this world right about now.
Yes, we
A lot of people are not so
we do.
motivated,
So yes, you guys, we want you to stay positive, and we want you to just keep your mind on the Lord. I promise you, he will help you out of every situation. Just all you got to do is just ask. All you got to do is just ask. Be in prayer consistently all day. And don't let the devil win, because that's what he wants to do. He wants to win, and we cannot let him win. So we're going to keep living for God. We're going to keep spreading his word, and we're going to keep doing what he wants us to do in the end. So with that being said, you guys, we want to thank you for watching the Roll Effect podcast with Felicia and Milton.
Yep.
We want you, yes, absolutely. We want you to join us for the fitness challenge. It's really good. We are just trying to do our thing with that. So if you want to join us, it's not too late, because we're just in week 2. We got 90 days of this challenge, so it's 3 months of this. So We have to June 16th to get fit and get better, right?
That's right. That's right.
And also, don't forget to join us on our next episode, which is Sunday at 3 p.m. with just us, Milton and Felicia. So until next time, you guys, we love you. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
God bless.
Yeah, it's the role effect. We talk love, we talk faith. God first, couple goals, ain't no room.